So we'll start from center. Madam. Different types of allowances which are exempt. Hmm. Hmm. 10, 6 or 7. Perquisites and allowances received by Indian citizen, no? Exempt under 10(7). Hmm. Hmm. Correct. Hmm. 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 These are under which section? 14. 14. These are exempt based on? These are exempt based on actual amount spent. Very good. Hmm. 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 Very good. Hmm. Very good. Hmm. He is not in receipt of daily allowance. Very good. Okay. 70% of the allowance. 10,000 per month. 10,000 per month. Hmm. Hmm. 3,000? 3,200. Ah. Hmm. Excess will be taxable. Hmm. Mining and underground area allowance. Very good. Very good. Very good. Last one. Don't say tribal area allowance. 200 per month. Very good. Sit down. Gratuity. Gratuity is always exempt. Then, okay, talk about pension. Say no problem. Very good. Hmm. Uncommitted pension, if it is received by government employee, exempt. Non-government employee, it is exempt, no? Hmm. Huh? Don't show. Why are you being so helpful? Madam? Why? Stand up. Stand up. Hmm. Close the notebooks. Everyone, close the notes. Close the notes. Fast. You say. Gratuity. Come on. Gratuity and pension, both the things. Madam, you. You're going to write down gratuity, pension, both the things 10 times. Okay? Sit down. Yes, you. Gratuity, pension, whatever you want to say. Whatever you want to explain. Explain. Fast. You have studied or not? Then, gratuity, pension, both you are going to write 10 times. Sit down. Sir, last bench. Motor car facility. Motor car facility owned by employee, owned by employer, expenses met by employee, expenses met by employer, use of motor car, fully official, fully personal, partly official, partly personal. How will you determine the taxable value? Okay, perquisites under 17 subsection 2 clause 3. Any three perquisites? Explain. 17 to 3. The perquisites which are taxable only in the case of specified employees. Don't get panicked. I have taught you everything. You're just supposed to recollect and you're supposed to speak. That's it. If you're not able to speak in the class, how will you speak in front of others? Real world is very bad, huh? I'm telling you. You'll have to speak. Seventeen to 3. 5 perquisites are there. Any 3. All the perquisites of 17 to 3. Motor car facility, then domestic servants, then gas, water, electricity, then educational facility, then free or concessional tickets, travel tickets. 5 perquisites are there. Taxable only for specified employees. Any 2 or any 3 perquisites you explain. Did you study at home? Tell me honestly, huh? Tell me honestly. 5 times you are going to write all these 5 perquisites. And then only come tomorrow. Sit down. Sir. Same question. Yes, you. Any 3 perquisites you are supposed to explain. Come on, do it fast. Five times. Sit down. Last bench. Same question. First of all, tell me who is a specified employee. Am I asking something which I have not taught you all? Same questions I am asking. Sir, who is a specified employee? Question in the exam has come. Are you going to write anything? Who is a specified employee? Come on, fast. Five times. Specified employee and those 5 perquisites which are taxable only in the case of specified employees. Entire thing, huh? Not just the names. You all also. Those 5 perquisites, full thing you are supposed to write down. 5 times. Sit down. Come. Madam. Direct 1000, less than 1000. Motor car owned by employee. Motor car owned by expenses. First of all, motor car owned by employee. Expenses made by employer. What will be the taxable value? No use of motor car. Motor car facility 5 times. 5 times you are going to write. Huh? Explain leave encashment. Direct list of the following. Leave encashment always exempt. So who will explain all those things? Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. Very good. Very good. Correct. Leave encashment. Correct, no? Correct? Very good. Sit down. But you are going to write motor car facility 5 times, huh? Madam, tell me from where should I ask you? You only tell. Anything. Sure. Tax treatment of arrears of salary. Arrears of salary, tax treatment. See, Wafa will say. Say, Wafa. Tax treatment of arrears of salary. Okay, advance salary. Come on. What is the taxability of advance salary? Anyone? You will write 10 times, huh? It will help. You are? Hmm. Hmm. 10 times advance salary, 10 times arrears of salary. You also. What is the tax treatment of arrears of salary? Who is going to tell me? Raise the hand. Yes, madam, you. Hmm. Taxable on receipt basis. Arrears of salary. No, that is not the thing. Madam, you. If earlier taxed on due basis, then not taxable in this year on receipt basis. If earlier taxed, if not taxed earlier on due basis, taxable in this year on receipt basis. Simple. Advance salary. Not recorded. We are not recording anything over here. Taxable, huh? So, taxable on receipt basis, even if it is not becoming due in this year. Why? Because the salary is taxable on due or receipt, whichever is earlier basis. Okay. So, advance salary is taxed on receipt basis. Okay. But when it will become due in the next year then? Again taxable, no? Not taxable. Okay. Sit down. Wait. Domestic servant allowance. Just tell me the tax treatment. Huh? Domestic servant allowance. Domestic servant allowance I asked. Domestic servant allowance, fully taxable. All the allowances are fully taxable, no? Only the exempt ones. You have to take the exemption. So domestic servant allowance is nowhere exempt. Medical allowance. Fully taxable. Very good. Then tell me the tax treatment of interest benefit. How will you calculate interest benefit and the tax treatment? You thought that I'm not going to ask today and nobody studied. Interest benefit 5 times. First. Very good. No need to say all those things. That is next. That is an exception. Loan provided by the employer to employee. Then fully wrong. Interest benefit you are going to write 5 times. Apart from that, arrears of salary also 5 times. Okay, sit down. Last bench, my dear superstar. This one. Explain any 3 perquisites from 17 to 8. Close the notes. 17 subsection 2, clause 8. Any 3 perquisites. What should be closed, huh? I'm telling you. Domestic servant. Clause 8. Yesterday only we have done. Clause 8. Gift. Very good. Explain. 50,000. 5,000. Fully exempt. More than 5,000? Fully taxable. Sure. Gift received in cash? Exempt. 10 times you are going to write. Gift. I said yesterday, gift received by employee from the employer in cash, fully taxable, any amount. If it is received in kind, then if the value, aggregate value is up to 5,000, then fully exempt. And if it is more than 5,000, then you can give any of these 2 effects. Excess amount can also be taxable and it can be fully taxable also. Any one you follow, but write down the note for alternative treatment. I have already told you. Explain educational facility. Come on. Gift 10 times and educational facility 5 times. Sit down. Kamal, my dear friend. No, you know. The person sitting beside you. Notes are closed, no? What should I ask you? You tell me. Gokul, you ask one question. Come on. Gokul will ask. Ask. Medical facility. I have not yet explained that. Seriously, I have not yet explained. Ask anything else. Now from next time onwards, you all will prepare and you all will ask the questions to each other. I will not be asking. And if I find you helping your friend, then I will ask you. Okay? Explain any 3 perquisites, whichever you want. First of all, tell me who is a specified employee. Director, very good. Sir, listen. Then? No, why like a CEO? Why? Simple. An employee of a company who is a director. Number 1. An employee of a company who is not a director but having 20% or more shareholding in the company. Number 3. Any employee, not necessary of a company, but any employee whose net cash salary is more than 4 lakhs from all the employees during the previous year. But in that net cash salary, you are not supposed to take non-monetary benefits. You are not supposed to take exempt portion of allowances. And you are supposed to take the deductions available under section 16, depending on the regime which is followed. Yes or no? Then whatever amount is there, that is net cash salary, that should be more than 4 lakhs. Then the employee is a specified employee. Okay, specified employee will write 5 times. No, not 5 times, 10 times. Now, any 3 perquisites taxable in the hands of specified employees only. Close the notes, I am telling you. Madam will tell me. First bench. Any 3 perquisites taxable in the hands of specified employees only. Gift credit card? Ayo, how come? Motor car facility, domestic servants, gas, water, electricity, educational facility and free or concessional tickets. 5 are there. Any 3 you were supposed to say. Five times all the perquisites under clause 3. 5 times. Huh? Not just the names. Entire content. Okay, sit down. Why you all directly go to engine capacity? Forget about motor car facility. Explain any other. By heart these things, I am telling you. Otherwise you will be in very big trouble in the examination. Clause 3 perquisites, 5 times you are going to write. All the perquisites, sit down. Now, other people, don't think that you all are saved. We'll continue this thing tomorrow. So the students whom I could not ask the questions today, be ready. Because today's part also, I'm going to ask tomorrow. And those students whom I have already asked, you're not supposed to worry. I'm going to ask you also tomorrow. Okay, so don't think that I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to ask you also tomorrow. Okay, so every day, now minimum 15 minutes time I will devote for your Viva. And if you're not giving me answers, the same type of punishments will be given. I will not give you any harsh punishments, okay? Punishment will be like this. Whatever thing I am asking, you are not able to answer, you are going to write down those things either 5 times or 10 times. Sure, no? Done, deal? Deal? Okay. Now, let's start with today's part. See, yesterday we were having a discussion about, don't talk. We were having discussion about perquisites, no? Different perquisites we have already completed. Now 2 more perquisites we are supposed to finish. Number 1, medical facility. Gokul, medical facility we are doing now. Asking medical facility. My mistake that I told you to ask a question. Did you study this medical facility at home today? You saw it, so you asked it. Ayyo. I should ask him only, no? Okay. Did I give any question for homework yesterday? No question, no? Okay. See, let's continue with the discussion where we left yesterday. Okay. See, the perquisite which I am going to discuss right now is medical facility. Medical facility. See, whenever your employer is giving you medical facility, what does it mean? It means that employer is making payment for expenditure incurred on medical treatment, or some expenditure might have been incurred on medical treatment. The employer is making a reimbursement for that. So employee has incurred expenditure on medical treatment, and the employer is making the payment for that, or employer is reimbursing that expenditure. Yes or no? So this is known as what? Medical facility. See, if you get medical facility from your employer, meaning that whatever amount spent by the employer for your medical treatment, even that amount is taxable as your perquisite, but there is one exemption available here. Okay. See, if the medical facility is provided for medical treatment of specified patients in India, so treatment should be done in, and treatment should be done for any patient or specified patient. Now, who are the specified patients? Please read. Number 1. No. Employee himself. Employee himself can be patient, or spouse of the employee, children of the employee, dependent brother, dependent sister, dependent parents. So brother, sister or parents must be dependent on the employee. Children or spouse may or may not be dependent. So either the employee himself is a patient, or employee's spouse, children, dependent brother, dependent sister and dependent parents. Any of them are the patients. And their treatment is going on in India. And for their treatment, whatever expenditure is to be incurred, that expenditure is incurred by employer. Or the employee will incur that expenditure, employer will reimburse. Yes or no? But whatever amount which is incurred by the employer on their treatment, if the amount was incurred in any government hospital, recognized hospital or employer's hospital, then that amount will be fully exempt. Taxable value will be nil. In every other case, the medical facility will be fully taxable. So yesterday we did one question, if you remember. In that question, there was medical facility. Nowhere it was written that the medical facility is given for treatment done in India for these patients in this hospital. So first of all, hospital should be government hospital or recognized hospital or employer's hospital. Any of these hospitals are there. Yes or no? It can be a hospital, it can be a clinic, it can be a nursing home, it can be dispensary, it can be hospital, clinic, nursing, dispensary. But that hospital, etc., is of any government, it should be recognized or it should be employers. The treatment is happening at this place. The treatment is happening at this place. And the treatment is happening for these persons. And for their treatment at these places, whatever expenditure is incurred by the employer, that is a medical facility. But that medical facility will be fully exempt. That medical facility will be fully. So first of all, tell me, number one, treatment should be done for which type of patients? Any patient. Which patients? Okay, specified patients. Who are the specified patients? Either the employee himself or spouse, children, dependent brother, dependent sister, dependent. So first of all, the patient should be specified patient. Treatment should be done in India in GRE. G for, R for, E for. So it should be any hospital, dispensary, clinic, etc. of government or employer, or it can be recognized. Hospitals, etc. Yes or no? So hospitals, etc. should be government, recognized or employers. The treatment is happening here. And the treatment is happening for specified patients. For this treatment, whatever expenditure is incurred by the employer, either he will pay or he will reimburse. That is nothing but medical facility. That will be fully. So, medical facility will be fully exempt in these two cases. This case. Okay. What if the patient is specified patient, but the treatment is not done in GRA, treatment is done in any other private hospital, private clinic, etc. Then for that treatment, whatever medical facility will be given, that will be fully taxable. Yes or no? You cannot take the exemption. Why? Because the treatment is not done in GRE, government hospital, recognized hospital, employer's hospital. Yes or no? Now what if the treatment is done in government hospital, recognized hospital or employer's hospital, but the treatment is not happening for any? Meaning, the treatment is done for your uncle and the employer is making the payment for that treatment. Possible or not possible? So medical facility is given, but that is not given for any specified patient. That is given for any other patient. Then then also that medical facility will be fully taxable. Yes or no? Now tell me, first of all, the patient is also not a specified patient, meaning any other patient is there, and the treatment is also not done in GRA. Treatment is done in some other hospital, and the treatment is done for any patient who is not a specified patient. Then also it is fully taxable. So exemption will be available only in this one case. Getting my point? Only in this one case. If the treatment is done in India for specified patients in GRE, only for this treatment medical facility is given, then it will be fully exempt. Taxable value will be nil. Taxable value will be otherwise. In every other case, the medical facility is fully taxable. Will you remember? Sure, sir. Read this part. Come on. First. Read this entire part. By heart, huh? By heart all these things. Very important. Done? Done everyone? Now, is it always necessary that the medical facility will be given for medical treatment in India? Sometimes the treatment can happen outside India also. So let's see. If the medical facility is given for medical treatment of what? Specified patients outside India. Then what will happen in this case? The employer can make the payment, or employer can reimburse the expenditures incurred on treatment of the patient, stay of the patient, or travel of the patient. Along with patient, it can be incurred for anyone attendant. Anyone? Forget about attendant right now. Forget about attendant. Who should be the patient? So treatment is happening in India or outside India? So the patient will go there. Treatment will happen. So entire cost of treatment is met by employer. Isn't it a benefit? Isn't it a benefit? So assume that you are an employee. You are an employee. Any specified patient is there. You are getting the treatment done outside India, and the entire cost of treatment is met by employer. Possible or not possible? So treatment cost was 4 lakhs. Treatment cost was, can the employer meet entire 4 lakh rupees? Yes. Then that 4 lakh is your benefit. Now is it possible treatment cost was 4 lakh, the employer is meeting 3 lakhs? Hello? How much will be your benefit? 4 lakhs or 3 lakhs? So the amount of treatment cost, the amount of which is met by employer, meaning paid by employer or reimbursed by employer, that will be the benefit. That will be the patient will stay there till the time the treatment is going on. After treatment, sometime the patient will have to stay there. Where? Outside India, because the patient is going outside India for the treatment. So treatment happened before treatment, during the treatment, after treatment, the patient will stay there. So there will be expenditure incurred on stay also. Hello? Not just the expenditure of treatment, but the expenditure of stay for that patient. That expenditure is also met by employer. Isn't it a benefit? Yes. So expenditure for stay was rupees 1 lakh. How much? If the employer is meeting the entire 1 lakh rupees, then how much is the benefit? 1 lakh. Yes or no? And what if the expenditure is 1 lakh, but the employer is meeting only 75,000? Then how much is the benefit? So, you can get the benefit for treatment cost also. You can get the benefit for cost of stay also. Yes or no? Employer can meet the cost of treatment also. Employer can meet the cost of stay also. And the employer can meet the cost of travel also. Going outside India, coming to India, the travel cost will be there, no? So even that travel cost is met by employer. Possible or not? So whenever the patient is treatment is happening, so whatever treatment cost is happening for this patient, whatever stay cost is happening for this patient, and whatever travel cost is happening for this patient is paid or reimbursed by whom? Employer. It is also a benefit. It is also a, but this benefit will be exempt. So how to take that exemption? They are saying that whatever treatment cost met by the employer, whatever treatment cost or whatever stay cost met by the employer, that will be exempt. That is a benefit, but that benefit will be exempt up to the limit prescribed by RBI. Up to the limit prescribed by the RBI. So first of all, RBI has prescribed some limits for these type of expenses, because in these type of expenses your foreign currency will be spent. What will be spent? So RBI is very careful when it comes to spending of foreign currency, because foreign currency, we hardly get that foreign currency in India. So RBI does not allow it to spend, abruptly. You cannot spend foreign currency in whatever ways you want. So if you are getting the treatment done outside India, if you are staying outside India, if you are getting the treatment done outside India, or you are staying outside India, for that you will have to spend what? Foreign currency. How much maximum foreign currency you can spend for treatment? How much maximum foreign currency you can spend for stay? The limits are prescribed by RBI. Up to those limits, what did I say? Up to those limits, if the employer is giving you benefit, then that benefit is fully exempt. But if the benefit is more than the limit prescribed by RBI, then the excess amount will be taxable. So first of all, tell me, who should be the patient? Employee himself or employees, spouse, children? May or may not be dependent. May or may not be dependent on the employee, but dependent brother, dependent sister, or dependent parents. So for this patient, okay, so I am writing patient. This is a patient. Okay, who should be the patient? Specified patient. So for this patient, the cost of what? Treatment. Or for this patient, the cost of, or for this patient, the cost of travel. Okay, no? This cost of treatment, this cost of stay, and this cost of either entirely or any part of this met by, so whatever cost is met by employer, paid by employer, reimbursed by employer, yes or no? That will be exempt. This will be exempt up to the limit prescribed by RBI. This will also be exempt up to the limit prescribed by RBI. So for example, cost of treatment was 4 lakhs. Cost of treatment was, employer pays 3,50,000. So how much benefit? 4 lakh or 3,50,000? So you will always check this amount, the amount spent by employer. This is the benefit. Yes or no? So how much benefit you are going to get? 3,50,000. Yes or no? This 3,50,000 will be fully exempt if RBI limit is more than 3,50,000 or 3,50,000. Yes or no? So RBI limit will be given in the question. So RBI limit, for example, RBI limit is 6 lakhs. How much? So is the benefit within the limit of RBI? Then full benefit will be exempt. What if the RBI limit was only 3 lakhs? Are you getting the benefit? But the benefit is more than limit of RBI. Yes or no? How much more? That excess will be taxable. 3 lakh will be exempt and the excess will be taxable. Will you remember? This you are supposed to do for cost of treatment as well as cost of stay. Understood? Sure? What about cost of travel? For this patient, whatever cost of travel has been incurred, that is also incurred by the employer. Going and coming, traveling cost of the patient. Of the which type of patient? So patient is a specified patient. For this patient, the cost of travel is also met by employer. Yes or no? So this cost of travel will be fully exempt. This will be fully, or it can be fully taxable also. It will be fully exempt if the gross total income of the employee, if the is up to 8 lakhs. Up to, this is an amendment this year. Earlier it was only 2,50,000. Now this limit they have revised. Just like the way in which they have revised the limit in specified employee. I told you, specified employees. Who were the specified employees? Net, cash, salary, more than 4 lakhs. Even that 4 lakh limit they have revised. Earlier that limit was only 50,000. This year that limit they have revised and they have said that now we are not going to check 50, we are going to check 4 lakhs. Here earlier the limit was 2,50,000. Earlier the limit was. Now this year this limit has also been revised. Now employee's gross total income you are supposed to check. If the gross total income of the employee is 8 lakh rupees or less, then the benefit of this cost of travel will be fully exempt. No need to tax. But if the gross total income is more than 8 lakhs, then this benefit will be fully taxable. So first of all, you will have to calculate the GTI of the employee. Patient, no, don't calculate the GTI of patient. Hello, you are an employee, no? So for you this benefit is taxable or for you this benefit is exempt. For that, you are supposed to check your GTI. Yes or no? Employee, any specified patient is there? Employee, any specified patient is there? Oh, treatment cost is happening. Stay cost is happening. Your employer will pay that. Your employer will reimburse that. Isn't it a benefit for you? Will be exempt. Will be, but only up to limits prescribed by RBI. So if your employer has paid or reimbursed the treatment cost or stay cost of the specified patient up to RBI limits, up to, then it will be fully exempt. But if your employer has paid or reimbursed the cost of treatment and cost of stay up to, more than RBI limits, then up to RBI limit it will be exempt for you. Excess amount will be treated as your perquisite and it will be taxable for you. Yes or no? Employee, any specified patient is there? Employee, any specified patient is there? Traveling cost will also be met by employer. Paid by employer or reimbursed by employer. Isn't it a benefit for employee? But employee, that benefit will be fully exempt if your GTI is 8 lakh rupees or less. Sir, my GTI is more than 8 lakhs. Then the travel benefit, the benefit for cost of travel given by the employer to you will be fully taxable as your perquisite. Yes or no? So cost of travel benefit will be fully exempt. If the employee's GTI is less than or equal to 8 lakhs, cost of travel benefit will be fully taxable for you if the employee's GTI is more than 8 lakhs. Understanding or not? So cost of treatment of specified patient, cost of stay of will be exempt up to limits prescribed by RBI. Cost of travel of specified patient will be either fully exempt or fully taxable depending on the GTI. How will you calculate GTI? Do you know how to calculate GTI? Gross total income. How to calculate? Come on, tell me. First of all, you will calculate salary, house property, PGBP, capital gain, other sources. You will do the clubbing and set off. Then a total amount will come. That will be gross total income. So you are supposed to calculate the gross total income. Employee, what is your gross total income? But while calculating that gross total income, you are supposed to take all the 5 heads of income. Yes or no? You are supposed to consider the clubbing provisions. You are supposed to consider the set off and carry forward provisions. Then a total will come that will be gross total income. But in your gross total income, you are supposed to take all the 5 heads, including salary head. Under the salary head, you are supposed to take everything other than this cost of travel benefit. Because you are determining the tax treatment of this travel benefit only, no? Hello? So other than the cost of travel benefit, calculate your salary income. Hello? Calculate your salary income. Entire salary head you will calculate, but without taking this benefit. Without taking this benefit. Getting my point? Then calculate house property. Then calculate PGBP. Then calculate capital gain. Then calculate other sources. 5 heads are there. Add all the 5 heads. But don't forget to apply clubbing and set of provisions. Then the total will be there. That total is what? Gross total income. That amount should be 8 lakh rupees or less. Then this cost of travel benefit will be fully exempt. Otherwise, taxable. If the GTI is more than 8 lakh, then it will be fully taxable. Will you remember this? Sure. Now tell me, specified patient is going for treatment in India or outside India? Outside India. Don't you think that some attendant will also go? Attendant means the person who will accompany this patient, meaning the patient is ill. For example, my child is there. My child is a patient. So who is the patient? Child of employee. Children of employee. So specified patient is my child. Will I send him alone? Go and get your treatment done. Okay? I will wait on the airport. Will I accompany? Or my wife can accompany? Or any member of my family can accompany? So the person who will accompany the patient, that person will be known as attendant. That person will be known as attendant. Yes or no? So attendant can be any person. Attendant can be any relative. Any person can be attendant. Even friends can go as an attendant. Yes or no? So can I say, along with this patient, one attendant is also going on? Hello? This attendant will go. Don't you think the cost of stay of this attendant can also be met by employer? Hello? Along with the patient, the cost of stay of the attendant can also be met by employer. Isn't it a benefit? even that will be exempt up to the limit prescribed by RBI. So cost of stay, cost of for patient will also be exempt, and cost of stay of one attendant only. If two attendants are going and the employer is meeting the cost of stay of both the attendants, then any one attendant, for cost of stay of any one attendant can also be exempted up to the limit prescribed by RBI. Yes or no? Don't you think the cost of travel of this attendant can also be met by employer? So along with the patient, the attendant is going, so the cost of travel of the attendant can also be met by employer. Isn't it a benefit? Yes or no? Either fully exempt or fully taxable depending on the GTI. Depending on the, but wait, more than one attendants are going. And cost of travel of all the attendants met by employer. Cost of travel of any one attendant can be claimed as exempt if your GTI is up to 5 lakhs. So can I say, now pay attention, now pay attention. Cost of treatment. What did I say? For specified patient, will it be exempt? Will it be exempt? Sure. Up to how much? Up to the limit prescribed by RBI. Understood? Then cost of stay. Cost of stay for specified patient and any one attendant. Yes or no? Even that will be exempt. For patient also it will be exempt, and for one attendant it will be exempt up to limits prescribed by RBI. Yes or no? Then cost of travel. Cost of for specified patient and any one attendant. For specified patient and any one attendant. That will be exempt. That will be fully exempt if the employee's GTI is less than or equal to 8 lakhs. But what if the employee's GTI is more than 8 lakhs? Then it will be fully taxable. Then you cannot claim the exemption of cost of travel benefit. Not even for patient, not even for attendant. It will be fully taxable. Will you remember this? Sure. Now pay attention. What if the treatment is done outside India for any patient other than specified patient? Fully taxable. Cost of treatment? Fully taxable. Cost of stay? Cost of travel? Why? Treatment is done for a patient who is not a specified patient. For the treatment of this patient, whatever treatment cost, whatever stay cost, whatever travel cost met by employer will be fully taxable. Treatment cost, stay cost, travel cost of specified patient, and cost of stay and cost of travel of any one attendant with that specified patient, yes or no, can be claimed as exempt. Understanding? Stay and treatment up to the limit prescribed by RBI, and travel fully exempt or fully taxable depending on the amount of GTI. Will you remember this? Sure? Okay, perfect. See now. Now pay attention. First of all, we are doing which type of perquisite? What is the meaning of medical facility? Cost of treatment either paid by employer or reimbursed by employer for the employee. Yes or no? For the So you are an employee. Your employer is meeting the cost of medical treatment. But if the medical treatment is medical treatment is done in and the treatment is done in GRE. Treatment is done in then for that treatment, whatever amount is spent by employer will be fully exempt. What if the treatment is done in India in any other hospital? Even if the patient is a specified patient, it will be fully taxable. What if the treatment is done for any other patient who is not a specified patient? Then fully taxable, even if the treatment is done in GRE. Yes or no? Now see, if the treatment is done outside India, patient should be who is a specified patient? Employee himself, employee's spouse, employee's children. Spouse, children may be dependent, may not be dependent. That is all right. Okay, no? But dependent brother should be there, dependent sister should be there, or dependent parent should be there of the employee. So their treatment is happening, and for the treatment the cost is met by. So cost of treatment of specified patient will be exempt. Cost of treatment met by the employer is a benefit, will be exempt up to the limit prescribed by RBI. Cost of stay, for the specified patient, or any one attendant with that specified patient, if that cost is met by employer, isn't it a benefit? Will be exempt up to limit prescribed by RBI. Cost of travel for specified patient or any met by benefit for the employee, that benefit will be fully exempt if the GTI is up to, and that benefit will be fully if the GTI is more than. Medical facility provided by the employer for medical treatment outside India in any case other than specified above will be. And here also you can see medical facility provided by the employer for medical treatment in India in any case other than specified above will be. So exemption can be claimed only if all the conditions are satisfied. Yes or no? Exemption will be available only in this situation. Otherwise the medical facility given will be fully taxable. Yesterday in one question we have already seen that. Medical facility, the amount they had given, what we did? Fully taxable. Why? Because they did not mention that the medical treatment is done in GRE. See, whenever the treatment will be done outside India, they will tell you it is outside India. They will tell you it is understanding. If nothing is mentioned, then 100% the treatment is done in India. And if treatment is done in India, and if the treatment is done in GRE, government hospital, recognized hospital or employer's hospital, 100% they are going to tell you. If they are not mentioning these details, just mentioning medical facility, always taxable. So you will exempt it only if treatment done for specified patient in India in GRE, and only in this case you are going to exempt. Otherwise the medical facility is fully taxable. Will you remember this, everyone? Now see, along with the medical facility, there is one more point. If your employer is making the payment of premium, but first of all tell me, yesterday also we have seen some premium for life insurance policy or the annuity policy of the employee, payable by the employer. Yes or no? So whatever premium which is payable by the employer, directly or indirectly, during the previous year, that entire premium will be taxable as perquisite in the hands of employee. Yes or no? If the premium is paid to insurance company, if the premium is payable to the insurance company for life insurance policy or annuity policy, then it is a perquisite which will be fully taxable. We have already seen in clause number 5 yesterday. Hello, sir. But tell me one thing. Can your employer make the payment of premium to the insurance company for medical insurance policy? Now the policy is not life insurance policy, huh? Now the policy is medical insurance policy. Can the policy be a medical insurance policy? So if the policy is taken for employee, if the policy is taken for or employees, spouse, children, dependent, brother, sister, parents. Now on this medical insurance policy, for these specified persons, if the premium is paid by, then that premium will not be treated as your benefit, that will be your exempt perquisite. Understanding? Taxable value will be nil. But the premium should be paid for medical insurance policy. Premium should be paid for, and medical insurance policy should be taken for employee, employee's spouse, employee's children, employee's dependent brother, dependent sister, dependent parents. For any of these persons, the medical insurance policy was taken, and the premium on that policy is paid by employer. That is a benefit for the employee, but that benefit will be fully exempt. That benefit will be fully exempt in the hands of employee. Understanding? But what if the medical insurance policy is taken for your grandfather and the premium for that is paid by? Will it be exempt? That benefit will be fully taxable. So medical insurance policy, premium for that paid by employer will also be exempt only if that premium is paid for the policy of employee, employees, spouse, children, dependent brother, dependent sister and dependent parents. For any other relative of the employee, if the policy, medical insurance policy is taken for any other relative of the employee, and for that policy if the premium is paid by, that premium, entire premium will be treated as your benefit and will be fully taxable. Will you remember this? Hello? Sure. Life insurance premium for the employee paid by employer. Life insurance premium for spouse of employee, children of employee, paid by employer. Sure. Why? Because it is not Mediclaim, it is life insurance policy. Mediclaim policy premium, for these persons it will be exempt, even if paid by the employer. And for any other relative, if it is paid by employer, then it will be fully taxable. Yes or no? Now pay attention, a very important thing I am going to discuss now. See, this is life insurance policy. Life insurance of employee or any relative. What did I say? Of the employee. Life insurance policy of employee or any relative of the employee paid by. So this premium is paid by. Premium on this life insurance policy is paid by employer. Always taxable as what? Perquisite under the head income from salary. And what did I say? And the amount which is already considered as your income, this amount is already considered as your salary income now. Yes or no? So for that you are going to take the deduction also under section 80C if it is For. For whom? For employee or employees, spouse or children. So if the employer has paid premium for employee, fully taxable as a perquisite, but later on take the deduction under ATC. If the premium is paid for employee's spouse, employees fully taxable under the head salary as perquisite, later on take the deduction under ATC. Yes or no? If the premium is paid for employees, children, if the premium is paid for employees, children, then fully taxable as perquisite under the head salary and later on deduction under ATC. But if the premium is paid for parents, fully taxable, but no deduction under ATC. Because deduction under section ATC is available for the life insurance premium of self, spouse and children only. Getting my point? Self means employee himself, employee's spouse or employee's children. So for self, for spouse and for children only, whatever premium is paid, that premium only can be claimed as a deduction under ATC. So whenever we'll go to ATC, that time this point I will again connect over there. Yes or no? Right now just remember for the salary chapter, what you are going to remember? If the life insurance policy is for employee or any relative of the employee, and on that policy whatever premium is there is paid by the, isn't it a perquisite? It will be fully taxable under the head salary as perquisite. Later on we are going to take the deduction under ATC, provided that premium was paid by the employer for employee, employee's spouse or employee's children. Only then that premium you can claim as deduction under ATC. Will you remember this? Sure. Now pay attention. Now I am talking about MIP, medical insurance policy. Okay, medical insurance policy for employee or employees, spouse, children, dependent, brother, sister, parents. Yes or no? Medical insurance policy, premium for that. What did I say? Premium for that. Paid by employer. What are you going to do? First of all, will it be a perquisite taxable under the head salary, or this will be fully exempt perquisite? So fully, and for that you are not going to get the deduction of ATD also, because this premium paid by the employer was not made as your taxable income. So this amount could not be considered as your taxable income. So even if this premium is paid, but this premium is not treated as your income, so for that premium you are not going to get any deduction under ATD. Understanding? Because under section ATD you get the deduction for medical insurance premium paid for self, spouse, dependent children and parents. ATD. Which section? ATD. You get the deduction for medical insurance premium, which is paid for self, spouse, dependent children or parents. Parents may or may not be dependent. Spouse may or may not be dependent. Their premium can be taken as a deduction under section ATD. Under section. But that premium should be out of your taxable income. That premium should be out of your. First of all, this premium is not treated as your taxable income. So how this premium can be allowed under section ATD? So for this premium you cannot take any deduction under ATD. We are again going to discuss the same thing under section ATD. At that time I will ask you this, okay? But till that time, for the salary chapter, no, for the salary chapter, remember this thing, that any medical insurance policy, any for employee. Employees, spouse, children, dependent brother, sister and parents. For this policy, if premium is paid by, that premium will be fully exempt, will not be taxable as perquisite under the head salary. That's it. For the salary head, remember only this much. Understanding? Then when we'll calculate GTI, when we'll calculate the total income, at that time we are supposed to take the deduction also under section 80D. At that time, please don't take the deduction of this premium under section 80D, because this premium will not be allowed under section 80D, because this premium is not becoming your taxable income. This is getting exempt. Understanding? Sure. Now what about the medical insurance premium of any other relative? Fully taxable. That you can claim as a deduction under 80D? No. Why? Because that premium is not for yourself, not for your spouse, not for your dependent children. Yes or no? And not for your parents. Wait. For parents, the premium will be exempt, provided the parents are. What if the parents are independent? Their premium is paid by employer. Will it be an exempt perquisite or a taxable perquisite? Why? Because premium paid by employer for parents will be exempt only if the parents are dependent on you. What if the parents are independent? Their premium is paid by employer. Then that premium paid by employer will not be your exempt perquisite. That will be your taxable perquisite. And for that you can very well claim the deduction under 80D. Because the premium is already taxed. And that premium is paid for parents. And for parents, 80D deduction is available even if the parents are dependent or independent. Getting my point? What if for your children the premium is paid? Children may or may not be dependent. Children may or may not be dependent. Their premium is paid by employer. Will be fully exempt. And for that 80D deduction cannot be claimed. What if for your brother and for your spouse the premium is paid? It will be fully exempt because brother and sisters are dependent and their premium you cannot claim under 80D anyways. Under section 80D, premium for self, spouse, dependent children and parents can only be claimed under 80D. Getting my point? Hello? So again under 80D, I will bring this discussion. Till that time, you remember only this much. Will you? Everyone? Now see, there is one more policy. Have you heard about group insurance policy? Group insurance. Have you heard about this policy? First time you are hearing about this? Group insurance. You have not heard. Ayyo. In my company, many employees are working. But some operations which are happening are risky operations. What if some accident takes place? No, in some industries, some risky operations are going on. Some factories are having some processes, the processes are risky. And if some accident etc. happens, because of that, a big problem can arise. See, there is one big chemical company. In that chemical company, there are different types of processes which are going on to manufacture that chemical. If any process, some mishap happens, a huge accident can take place and it can cost lives also. Risky operations can happen, no? Yes or no? There are many industries where this can happen. Now just imagine some chemical started leaking, some gas started leaking in the company because of that operation. Many employees, many workers are working, and because of that accident, some might become handicapped, Some might lose their lives. Possible or not possible? So now the employer will have to compensate to those employees who have become handicapped, or to the family members of those employees who have lost their lives. The employer will have to give the compensation because they have lost their lives or they have become handicapped working for me only. Yes or no? So now I will have to give the compensation. Now, giving huge amounts as compensation will reduce the profitability of the company. And that is a big risk for me also. So what I did, I went to the insurance company and I told the insurance company, cover all my employees. Cover one blanket policy, issue one blanket policy. That policy should cover all my employees working at a particular time in my company. If at any point in time some mishap happens or some accident happens and some employees lose their life, some employees become handicapped, etc. Yes or no? Some accident, etc. takes place. So any of the employees present in my factory at that time, my company at that time, should be compensated by the insurance company. Their family members should be compensated by the insurance company. So I'm taking that policy for one employee or all employees taken together. All the employees are covered. Yes or no? Now tell me, the benefit of this policy will be available only if that unforeseen event take place. What if that event does not take place? Then there is no benefit from this policy. Understanding? So for group insurance policy, the premium will be paid. The premium will be paid to insurance company. But the benefit of this premium will be available only if that unforeseen event takes place. Probability is there. It might happen, it might not happen. And the premium whose benefit might be received or might not be received, why to charge this amount as taxable perquisite in the hands of employee? Benefit may arise, may not arise. Understanding what I am trying to tell you? So there is a probability. There is a probability that the benefit may or may not arise from this premium. So even if the premium is paid for all my employees, but it is very difficult to identify also that how much benefit out of this premium will go to which employee. Understanding? And very important thing, this premium is not paid to give you any personal benefit. This premium is paid to insurance company to safeguard myself. I'm not paying this premium to the insurance company so that some personal benefit comes to you. No. This premium is given to safeguard myself, that if God forbid something bad happens, then at least I am saved. I am not required to pay the compensations. All the compensations will now be paid by the insurance company. So to shift my liability to the insurance company, to save my profits, to save the compensations which I might have to give in the future, I am paying this premium. So this premium is never paid with an intention to offer a personal benefit to the employee. This premium is always paid to safeguard the employer himself. Yes or no? Hence this premium on the group insurance policy paid by the employer will not be treated as perquisite in the hands of employee. It will be fully exempt. Sometimes the group insurance policy can be there. Sometimes a personal accident policy can also be there. Have you heard about this policy? Personal accident policy. Accident policy. Any type of accident can happen. Yes or no? So any type of accident happens. Now this policy is taken for a specific employee. This policy is taken for specific employee. So one employee is there. Come here. I am taking a personal accident policy for you. God forbid if some accident takes place. Hello? Don't worry. I am making the payment of premium. Insurance company will compensate you. Even this policy I am taking for my benefit only. Not to give you any personal benefit. Why? Because if something happens, some accident etc. happens, I should not be liable to make the payment of compensation. That liability shifts on the insurance company. So I am shifting my liability to the insurance company, and I am saving myself that in future I should not pay any compensation to you. Getting my point? Hello? Hello? Understanding what is happening or not understanding? So why so quiet? Group insurance policy premium paid by the is it a perquisite for the employee? Why not? Because the premium is not paid to give any personal benefit to the employee. Premium is paid to safeguard the employer himself, that in future he should not be made liable to pay compensations. Same happens with the personal accident policy. But this policy is not for all the employees taken together. This policy can be for a individual, single employee. So for this personal accident policy of employee, personal accident policy of premium is paid. Premium is paid to insurance company. Premium is paid by employer. Even this premium will not be treated as your benefit. This will also be fully exempt. Why? Probability is there. And I am not making this payment to give you any personal benefit. I am making the payment to safeguard myself. Understanding? So whenever you will see that in the question they are saying that group insurance policy premium paid by the employer, will you charge any amount out of that under the head salary? Why? Fully exempt. If it is said that for the employee, the employer has taken some personal accident policy and the employer is paying the premium on that personal accident policy of the employee, what will you do? Will you charge that amount under the head salary as a perquisite? Why? Because that is fully exempt. That is fully exempt. Understanding? Hello? Pay attention. See here. Employer is making the payment of premium to is it a benefit for the employee? It will be fully exempt. Taxable value will be nil. Employer is making the payment of medical allowance. Medical. What is allowance? A fixed amount paid in addition to salary on a regular basis to meet certain expense before the expense is incurred. So expense will happen. Expense will happen. To meet that expense, right now take the amount. Expense may happen, may not happen, but this amount is given. Yes or no? This is what? Medical allowance. Fully. Out of this allowance, if some amount is spent for medical treatment, then every allowance which is taxable, out of that allowance, if some amount is spent for the purpose for which it is given, will you take any exemption or deduction based on that? No. Amount spent out of this allowance will not allow you to take any deduction or any exemption because the allowance is fully taxable. So if medical allowance is given, that medical allowance is fully taxable. Fully 5,000 rupees per month. Out of that 5,000, 4,000 is spent on medical treatment. Still 5,000 is fully taxable. No effect to be given to that 4,000 rupees spent. Yes or no? Why? Because based on that 4,000, you are not going to get any exemption. You are not going to get any deduction. Understood everyone? Sure. So this is the end of medical facility. Okay. Let's solve one question on medical facility. Come to the illustrations. Illustration 1, 2, 3, 4 done, no? One, two, three, four, 5. All the illustrations are done. Only illustration number till 5 everything is done, no? 6th one, 7th and 8th remaining pending. There was one allowance, there was one question on medical facility. Which questions are pending? Tell me. 11th question is pending, no? Check 11th question. 11th is pending, no? Or done? Come to question number 13. Illustration number 13. Do you remember just now we have done medical facility? Hello? So this question will test your knowledge about that. How much you have learned? Illustration number 13. Compute the taxable value of perquisite in respect of received by Mr. So who is Mr. G? Employer, no? Or he is employee? So employee's name is Mr. G. He is receiving following medical facilities from his employer. Okay. First of all, his employer is paying medical insurance premium for ensuring the health of G. So premium is paid by whom? And this premium is paid for medical insurance policy. And the policy was for employee. Will this premium be treated as taxable perquisite or it will be exempt? Put a cross mark. This will be exempt. What if this premium was paid for Mr. G's wife? Then also fully exempt. What if this premium was paid for Mr. G's children? This premium was paid for Mr. G's dependent brother, dependent sister, parents. Then also it was fully exempt. But what if this premium was paid for Mr. G's son-in-law, brother-in-law, uncle? Understanding or not? This premium is exempt. Why it is exempt? Because this premium is paid by employer for Mr. G. Hence it is fully exempt. Yes or no? Next one. Now, employer is making payment for treatment of Mr. G. Wait. Whose treatment is happening? Employee's treatment is happening. Are they telling you that the treatment is happening outside India? That means the treatment is definitely happening in India. And the treatment is happening for Mr. G, meaning employee. Specified patient. Do you remember? Who should be the specified patient? Employee himself can be a specified patient. So for employee's treatment in India, the payment is made. That payment is how much? 5,000. And that payment is made by whom? Employer. Isn't it a benefit? That benefit is fully taxable. Why? Because the treatment is done by family doctor. If the treatment was not done by family doctor, if the treatment was done in GRE, then this entire benefit was fully exempt. But since the treatment is done by family doctor, for that treatment whatever benefit is received, that will be fully taxable. Understanding or not? Now treatment of Mrs. G. Mrs. G means specified patient. Yes or no? For the treatment of specified patient, 25,000 rupees is incurred. Exempt. Why? First of all, they have not told you that the treatment is happening outside India, meaning the treatment is happening in India. And treatment in India is happening in government hospital. So first of all, patient is also a specified patient. Treatment is also done in government hospital, GRE. Hence the benefit is fully exempt. Understanding or not? Next one, treatment of G's grandfather. G's grandfather. First of all, the patient is not a specified. And treatment is also not happening in GRE. Treatment is happening in private clinic. Will this benefit be exempt or it will be fully taxable? For this treatment, whatever amount is spent by the employer will be fully taxable in the hands of Mr. G. Done, sir? Next one, treatment of G's mother. G's mother means parents. And 68 years and dependent. So, first of all, G's mother is dependent. Specified patient. Treatment is done in India. But are they telling you that the treatment is happening in GRE? Treatment is done by family doctor. So because the family doctor is doing that treatment, whatever cost of that treatment incurred by the employer amounting to 8,000 will be fully taxable. Understanding? Next one. Treatment of G's sister who is dependent in a... Are they saying that this nursing home is government nursing home, recognized nursing home, employers nursing home? No. So it is a private nursing home where the treatment is happening, and for that whatever benefit is received will be fully taxable. Understanding or not? Okay. Next one. G's brother. And who is? Are they telling you that the treatment is happening in GRE? One reason is that why it is taxable, and the second reason is brother is also not dependent. So for the treatment of this brother, whatever benefit is there, that will be fully taxable. Understanding? Now, G's father, meaning a specified patient? No. G's father who is a dependent. Parent should be dependent. So father is dependent. The treatment is happening abroad means outside India, and for that treatment 50,000 rupees benefit is there. Treatment cost 50,000 met by employer, and expenses of staying abroad of patient 30,000. So cost of stay of the specified patient, cost of travel of the specified patient met by employer. Benefit or not a benefit? Benefit. But this benefit will be exempt up to the limit prescribed by RBI. Now see, separate limits are not prescribed. For cost of stay separately, cost of treatment separate RBI limit is not prescribed. RBI limit, one limit is prescribed, only 75. So I will assume that this 75,000 limit is for both, taken together. It is for both cost of stay as well as cost of treatment taken together. Understanding? So this 75,000 is the total limit of RBI. Total limit of for cost of stay as well as cost of treatment. Hence, this 80,000 which is a benefit up to the limit of RBI will be exempt, and the excess amount will be taxable. Understanding? So tell me, how much will be taxable this year? First of all, this 5,000 will be taxable, 12,000 will be taxable, 8,000, 3,000 and 6,000 will be taxable, and this 5,000 will be taxable. Your total taxable amount will be 39,000. Everyone got this? This is the total taxable value of medical facility. See. Did you get this? Sure, should I move ahead? Okay. Now, let's move on to the next discussion. See, this is an employer. This is an, and this is employee. This is employee. Employer is giving what? LTA, or you can see LTC. LTA or full form, leave travel concession or leave travel assistance. So you can call it leave travel assistance or leave travel concession. What is this? This is an amount given to meet the cost of travel. Cost of travel means ticket fare. Cost of travel means ticket fare. While the employee is on leave. Leave means vacation. So employee is going for vacation. He can go alone, he can go with his family. So employee is going for vacation. So when he will go for vacation, he will go and he will come. This journey which he performs while he is going for vacation, on this journey he will have to spend ticket fare. Cost of journey. Cost of journey means ticket fare. So employer says, see, you can go with train, you can go by bus, you can go by flight. So you'll have to spend the tickets, spend the cost of travel, spend the cost of journey, meaning ticket fare you'll have to spend, no? So take this amount from me. This amount I am giving to meet that ticket cost. The amount which is given by the employer to the employee to meet that ticket cost, to meet that ticket fare is known as what? Leave travel assistance or leave travel concession. Now this can be given for employee also, this can be given for employee's family members also. Isn't it a benefit in the hands of employee? Who is going on a vacation? May go alone or may go along with his. So when he is going on vacation, he will perform a journey. He will perform a going to vacation and coming from vacation. Going for the vacation and coming from the vacation. He will perform this journey. He will perform this going and coming. So for this journey, he will have to spend the ticket fare. He will have to spend the... So employer is giving the amount to meet that ticket fare. Getting my point? That amount is what? Leave travel assistance. Leave travel concession. Understanding? Hello? So that LTA or LTC, which is given by employer to employee, it is nothing but amount given to meet the, meaning while the employee is on leave. Now employee can go on a leave to any place. To any place. Place which is in India or outside India. So can you go for a vacation outside India? Hello? Can you go for a vacation to a place in India? You are going on a vacation to Jaipur this time. Possible, not possible? Jaipur is in India, no? So you are going for a vacation to a place in India. Can you go for a vacation to Singapore? Singapore is in India, no? So outside India. So for this vacation journey and this vacation journey, both the vacation journey, can you get LTA? Can you get LTA for the vacation to a place outside India? That LTA which you are going to get while you are going for a vacation to a place outside India, for that, if you are going to get any LTA, that LTA will be fully taxable. So, for example, you are going to Malaysia, you are going to Singapore, you and your family members. So, for you and for your family members, your employer is giving you LTA. Take this LTA and perform your journey to a place outside India. So, LTA is given for a journey which you are performing to a place outside India. For that journey, if whatever LTA is given, that will be fully taxable. Understanding? But if you are going for a vacation to a place in, and for that journey, if you are getting LTA, that LTA will be exempt. That LTA will be under section 10 subsection 5. 10 subsection, how much exemption you are going to get? A, B, C, whichever is lower. A, B, C, whichever is A, actual, LTA or LTC. So amount actually received. B, actual amount spent on journey. It is not necessary that whatever LTA you have received, you will spend that much only. You can spend more also, you can spend less also. Yes or no? So whatever amount you have actually spent on that journey, on the ticket fare. So you are getting LTA to make the payment for ticket fare. So ticket can be costly also, ticket can be cheap also. Yes or no? Whatever amount you have actually spent on that journey. Exemption can be available to that extent also. Yes or no? Or it can be available up to maximum limit given in IT rules. So now maximum limit is also given depending on the fact that how the journey was performed. Depending on the fact that how the journey was performed, maximum this much amount can be exempted. So either the amount received or the amount spent or the amount of limit, whichever is lower, that much amount can be exempted out of your LTA. But this LTA can be exempt. This LTA can be exempt only if it is given for journey performed to a place in India. This exemption you cannot take for the LTA which you have received for a journey performed to a place outside India. So are you performing a journey to a place outside India? Hello? For that journey, if you are getting any LTA, that LTA will be fully taxable. And if you are performing any journey to a place in India, and for that journey if you are getting any LTA, that LTA can be exempt. Under which section? Under which section? How much exemption? A, B, C. Whichever is A, actual LTA. B and C. Now what is the maximum limit? What is the maximum limit? Few questions. If the journey is performed by air. If the journey is performed by, okay, journey is performed by air, then maximum economy class airfare. Economy class airfare of Indian carrier by shortest route. So, for example, you are going to Jaipur for a vacation. Okay. How did you perform that journey? Air. How did you perform that journey? Air. See, it is written, no? Journey was performed by air. Now for that journey, if you have got any LTA, that LTA will be exempt. So number one, are you performing a journey while you are going to vacation? Are you going for a vacation? Yes or no? Are you going for a vacation? So while going for a vacation, are you performing a journey? That journey is performed by air. That journey is performed by, and for that journey, if you are going to get any LTA, that LTA we will exempt. But the exemption cannot be more than this amount. If the journey was performed by air, then the exemption cannot be more than this amount. Maximum limit of exemption is this much. How much? Economy class airfare. Economy class of the Indian by the, in aircraft there are two class. One is business class, another is economy class. So they are giving the exemption up to a maximum limit, and that limit can be the ticket fare of economy class. Ticket fare of any airlines. Indian carrier means there are many Indian carriers. Indigo is also Indian carrier. Jet Airways is also Indian carrier. Akasa is also Indian carrier. Earlier 2-3 more airlines were there. Kingfisher was there. Then Deccan Airlines was there. Yes or no? All of them are Indian carriers. Indian carriers means airlines based in India. So different airlines will have different airlines will have different fare. If you want to go in Kingfisher, the fare will be different. If you go to Jaipur in Indigo, the fare will be different. Which airline fare you will check? Only one airline which the government has a trust, which nobody trusts. Indian Airlines. You might have heard about that. Air India. Hello? Air India. So, Air India is the Indian carrier. Which carrier, guys? Indian carrier means Air India. Indian Airlines. Yes or no? So, you are supposed to check the airfare of economy class of Indian carrier means Air India by Bangalore to Chennai to Jaipur, Bangalore to Mumbai to Jaipur, Bangalore to Jaipur. Shortest route. 3 flights are available. One is via Mumbai, another is via Chennai, and the next one is direct flight. So direct flight is having the shortest route. Hello, sir. So what is the economy class air fare of Indian carrier means Air India? Yes or no? By shortest route. To that extent, maximum to that extent, your LTA can be exempted, or the amount of LTA or the amount actually spent, whichever is lower, whichever is. So first of all, have you received LTA? Yes or no? By taking this LTA, what are you going to do? You are going to go for vacation. So while you will be going for a vacation, will you perform a journey? If the journey was performed by air. If the journey was performed by, so you took the LTA and you performed the journey by air. You took the LTA and you performed the journey by air. For that journey, you will get the exemption. For that journey, you will get the exemption. How much? The actual LTA which you have received, or for that journey, the actual amount you have spent, or maximum limit. What is the maximum limit? That journey which you have performed by air, what is the maximum limit for that? Economy class airfare. You might have gone in business class, but we are going to give you the maximum exemption up to economy class airfare. Yes or no? You might have gone through longest route, but we'll give you the exemption for shortest route. Yes or no? So maximum amount is how much? Economy class airfare of the Indian carrier by the shortest route. To this extent, maximum your LTA can be exempted. Either to this extent, or to the extent of amount spent, or to the extent of amount received, whichever is lower. Understanding? But what if the journey is not performed by air? Is it necessary that always you will perform the journey by air? What if the journey is not performed by air? Then now check the places are connected by rail or not. Hello? The journey is performed by rail or may not be performed by rail. You are not supposed to check that. How the journey was performed, now don't check. If the journey was performed by air, then okay. But if the journey was not performed by air, then don't check how the journey was performed. Journey can be performed by any mode now. Now the question is, rail connection is there or not? Places are connected by railway or not? Bangalore to Jaipur. Railway connection is there or not? Railway line is there, no? So if you are not going by airlines, how are you going? How are you going? None of our business. Just tell us the place of your origin and the place of your destination. Both the places are connected by rail or not? Railway connection is there or not? Yes or no? If the railway connection is there, then maximum, what? Maximum first class AC fare of what? Railways by shortest route. So in railways there are 3 classes, in fact 4. Number 1, general class. Number 2, sleeper class. Number 3, third AC. Number 4, second AC. In fact, 5th class is also there, first AC. So from Bangalore to Jaipur, railway connection is there, no? Hello? So shortest route, railway fare of this journey by railway. But that also, the fare should be first class AC fare. Fare should be. Now how much you have spent? You might have gone through second AC, you might have gone through third AC, you might have gone through car. We are not bothered about that if the places are connected by rail. If the places are connected by rail, then maximum amount which we can exempt you for this journey is this much only. First class AC fare of railways by shortest route, Bangalore to Hyderabad to Jaipur, Bangalore to Mumbai to Jaipur, or Bangalore to Ahmedabad to Jaipur. Via Ahmedabad also one train is there. Via Mumbai also one train is there. It can be different. I don't know exactly, but different routes are available. So we have to find out the shortest route. What is the first class AC fare of railway of that shortest route? Maximum that much amount we can give you exemption. So either the LTA which you have received, or the amount which you have spent actually on that journey, or first class AC fare of Indian Railways by shortest route, maximum that much we can exempt. Yes or no? A, B or C, whichever is lower. So C limit. These limits will be always given in the question. Huh? Don't worry about that. You're not supposed to go to railway station, leaving your exam, going to railway station, asking for first class AC fare. Why? I want to write in my paper. No need to do that. It will always be given in the question. Don't worry. Okay. Next one. If the journey is not performed by air, so you will check that whether the places are connected by rail or not. What if the rail connection is not there? Rail connection is not there. Then any recognized mode of transport is there. Which mode of transport? Recognized mode of transport. Meaning buses, etc. Yes or no? Any recognized mode. So your place of origin, place of destination. Are you traveling by air? No. Are the places connected by rail? No. Then tell us, any recognized mode of transport exists, like buses, etc. Yes or no? So if any recognized mode of transport exists, then deluxe class. What do you say? Deluxe class or first class fare of that mode of transport, will be the maximum amount, and that too also by shortest route. That is the maximum amount which we can exempt. Understanding? And what if the recognized mode of transport is also not there? Did you perform the journey by air? No. Places are connected by rail? No. Recognized mode is existing? No. Then we will assume as if the journey is performed by rail. It will be assumed as if the journey is performed by rail. And whatever first class AC fare for this distance covered is there of Indian Railways, maximum to that extent will be exempted. So, are you receiving LTA from? Are you an employee? So, you are receiving LTA for meeting the ticket cost, meeting the ticket fare, which you might incur for a journey performed to a place outside India. So, the LTA is received for a journey performed. LTA is received for a journey performed. What will you do? Fully taxable. What if the LTA is received for a journey performed to a place in India? Fully exempt, no? Then A, B, C, whichever is A. Actual LTA received, yes or no? B. Actual amount spent on the journey out of that LTA, or maximum limit. Maximum limit depends that how the journey was performed. If the journey was performed by air, then economy class airfare. If the journey was not performed by air, but the places are connected by rail, then first class AC fare of railways. First class AC fare of railways. If the places are not connected by rail, then any other recognized mode of transport might be there. So first class or deluxe class fare of that recognized mode of transport. Yes or no? And what if that recognized mode of transport is also not there? Then it will be assumed as if the journey, as if the distance is covered by rail, and first class AC fare for that distance, maximum that much can be exempt. Yes or no? But this exemption which you are going to take, A, B or C, whichever is lower, exemption is available under section? Exemption is available under section only if you don't follow. If you follow 115 BSc, then this exemption will not be available. Your LTA will be fully taxable. Number one. Number two, this exemption you want to claim? Yes or no? You want to claim LTA exemption? LTA exemption will be available only if you shift out. Only if you, and this exemption will be available for your LTA. LTA given for yourself can be exempted like this. LTA given for your spouse can be exempted like this. LTA given for your children can be exempted like this. LTA given for your dependent brother, dependent sister, dependent parents can be exempted like this. LTA given for any other person, fully taxable. So LTA can be exempt under section 10(5) only if that LTA is given for employee, employee's spouse, employee's children, employee's dependent brother, dependent sister or dependent parents. LTA given by employer for any other relative will be fully taxable. Even if you are shifting out, you will not be able to take the exemption. Will you remember? So please check this. What is this? Come on, tell me. Employer giving LT or LTC to, this is an amount given to meet the cost of journey, meaning ticket fare, while the employee is going on a vacation to any place in India or outside India. So the amount of LTA, LTC given for a journey performed to a place outside India, it is a benefit for the employee, but this benefit will be fully taxable. And if the journey was performed to a place in India, this is also a benefit for the employee, but this benefit is exempt under section 10(5). So note 1 says that the exemption under section 10(5) shall be available for LTA, LTC of employee. So you are receiving LTA for yourself, that LTA can be exempt. You are receiving LTA for your spouse, children, dependent brother, sister or parents. So if LTA is given for these persons, only then that LTA will be exempt. Now how much will be the exemption? A, B or C, whichever is lower. Actual amount of LTA, actual amount spent or maximum limit as per income tax rules. So rule 2B. Rule 2B. What is the limit? Please check. Journey is performed by air. The answer is yes. Then maximum this much will be exempt. I have already explained. Hello? What if the journey is not performed by air? Then you have to check. Are the places of origin and destination connected by rail? If the answer is yes, then this much will be the maximum exemption. Hello? If the places are not connected by rail, then recognized public transport exists or not? If the recognized public transport exists, then this much will be exemption. But if the journey is not performed by air, places are not connected by rail, and no recognized mode of transport exists, then it will be assumed as if the journey was performed by rail, and amount equal to first class AC fare of rail for the distance of journey will be exempt. Exemption will be to the extent of maximum this amount. I have already explained this. Yes or no? Hello? So now tell me, note number 2, exemption under section 10(5) cannot be claimed without performing journey and incurring, you are getting LTA, so your LTA will be exempt. Just because you are getting LTA. So to get the exemption, what you are supposed to do? You are supposed to perform journey. You have to use that LTA for the journey. Yes or no? Only then you are going to get exemption. LTA received will be fully taxable if journey is not performed and LTA is not spent. So if you want to take the exemption, perform the journey and spend the amount, then only you are going to get the exemption. Yes or no? Exemption is available. Exemption is available only if you shift out. Only if you, what if you don't shift out? You remain in 115 BSc. Will the exemption available? The answer is no. In that case, the LTA will be fully taxable. That is note number 7. Hello, sir. Next one. Now, LTA will be available for your children. LTA will be given for your children. Can you claim the exemption? Yes or no? So your employer is giving you LTA for yourself. Your LTA can be exempt. Your employer is giving you LTA for your spouse. The LTA of your spouse can also be exempt. Your employer is giving you LTA for your children. The LTA of your children can also be exempt. For how many children? Maximum 2. If the children are born on or after 1st October 1998. In 98 now, this limit they have introduced. Hence that date is important. Okay, now. So if the children are born on or after 110, you all are born on or after 110/98, no? So if your father is taking you on a vacation and your father is getting what? LTA from his employer. Tell me, will your father be able to claim this exemption? Yes, absolutely. Why no? Your father is getting LTA for you and you are born on or after 110/98. So for you, whatever LTA he is going to get, that LTA can be exempt. But what if your brother or your sister, they are also going? Hello? And they are also born on or after 110/98. So you and your two brothers, you and your two sisters, yes or no? More than two children. More than. So employee is getting the LTA for more than two children. Can he get the LTA for more than two children? Yes. LTA of any two children can be exempted. And the LTA of remaining children will be fully taxable. So if employee is there, he is getting LTA for more than two children. More than. So for all the children, he can get the LTA from the employer, but exemption will be available only for maximum two children which are born on or after 110/98. What if the children were born before 110/98? Three children are there. I have three children. I am an employee. I have three children. All the three children were born prior to 110/98. And for all the three children, my employer is giving me LTA. The LTA of all the children will be exempt because all the children were born prior to 110/98. At that time, there was no limit on the number of children. Yes or no? Hello? All the children are born prior to 110/98. Such children are going with me. Such children are going with me. Their LTA I am receiving. Can I take the exemption of LTA of all the children? Yes, because all the children are born prior to 110/98. But what if all the three children are born on or after 110/98? I am getting the LTA for all the three children, but will I take the exemption of all the three children or any two? Because all the children are born on or after 110/98. I have three children. A, B and C. A was born prior to 110/98. Can I take the exemption for that? And B and C were born on or after 110/98. So two children on or after 110/98 and one children prior to 110/98. Yes or no? Can I take the exemption of all the children? Yes. Understood? Now tell me, all the three children are born on or after 110/98. Then A, B and C, three children are there. For three children, I am getting LTA from my employer. Can I take the exemption of LTA of all the three children? If all the three children are born on or after 110/98, still I can take. Because after A was born, B and C are twins. So multiple births, what did I say? Multiple births after a single child will be treated as one child. But the multiple birth should happen after a single child. So I already have A. A was born in the year 2001. A was born in the year 2001, meaning on or after 110/98. Yes or no? And after A was born, B and C born as twins in 2003. So I have three children. All the three children are born on or after 110/98. A was born in 2001. And after A's birth, B and C, they were born in 2003 as twins. Then B and C, twins, will be treated as single child because they are born after one child. Yes or no? So in this case also I can take the exemption of all the 3 children. Getting my point? Hello. So first of all, tell me, exemption under section 10(5) cannot be claimed without performing journey and incurring expenses. So I will have to perform the journey and I will have to incur the expense on the journey. Only then I can take the LTA exemption. Now exemption under section 10(5) is available for any, wait, not for this you read. Exemption under section 10(5) can be claimed for maximum 2 children born on or after 1/10/98. Multiple births after the first child shall be treated as a single child for the purpose of this exemption. However, exemption under 10(5) can be claimed for any number of children born prior to 1/10/98. I've already explained this. Did you understand this? Hello. Now see, exemption is for what? Travel cost, and does not include stay cost or other cost. So whatever amount is given to you as LTA, why that amount is given? To meet the cost of travel, to meet the ticket cost. So exemption, while taking the exemption, you are going to consider only the travel cost. You are not supposed to consider the cost of stay, cost of eating, accommodation and all. For that, this exemption is not available. So LTA is given for what? LTA is given for travel cost. So while taking the exemption out of LTA, which cost you will consider? Only the cost of travel, only the cost of ticket fare. Exemption under 10(5) is not available for any other cost other than travel cost. Yes or no? So this note 6 is done, note 7 is done, note 5 is done. Hello sir. Now note 3 and note 4 I am explaining. This is not important, but I have to explain this. Okay. See, exemption under 10(5) is available for any 2 journeys performed in a block of 4 calendar years commencing from 1st January 1986. So with effect from 1st January 1986, they have started creating blocks. One block will have 4 calendar years. One block will have. So first of all, first block was made on what date? 1st January 1986. And first block, which was made at that time, will have how many calendar years? 4 calendar years. How many calendar years? So 86, 87, 88 and 89. So this block will go till 31st December 89. So first block will start from 86 and will end on 89. 86, 87, 88, 89. Then next block started. Next block 90, 91, 92, 93. This was the second block. Third block 94, 95, 96, 97. After that 98, 99, 2000, 2001. Likewise, they have started creating blocks. So the current block which is going on, what did I say? Current block which is going on for previous year 25-26. Relevant block is January 26 to December 29. January 26 to December 29. If you will keep on counting now, see, after 2001 it will be 2, 3, 4, 5. Forget that. Then 6, 7, 8, 9. Forget that. 10, 11, 12, 13. Forget that. 14, 15, 16, 17. Forget that. 18, 19, 20, 21. Forget that. 22, 23, 24, 25. Wait. This was the block which was going on till 31st December 2025. Now the new block has started. Starting from 1st January 2026. And this block will continue till 2029. Yes or no? So the new block which is going on right now is 26 to 29. So every block will have 4 calendar years. Every block will have. And they are saying that in this block of 4 calendar years, your employer can give you LTF for how many times? N number of times. You can get LTF for N number of times. But every time you will get the LTA and you will perform the journey, you will not get the exemption. You will get the exemption for maximum 2 journeys in this one block. Yes or no? So in this one block, if your employer is giving you LTA and you are performing a journey, you are getting the LTA and you are performing the journey. You are getting the LTA, you are performing the journey. Take the exemption for maximum 2 journeys. So you can take the LTA as many times. You can perform the journey as many times. But how many journeys they are going to exempt? Maximum 2 journeys. Which 2 journeys? Any 2 journeys which you want. So for example, in this block of 4 calendar years, if your employer has given you LTA this time, but this time you are going to very nearby area, LTA will be very less and the amount spent will be very less. Don't take the exemption of this LTA and journey. Next time you are planning to go to far away place, that time you are going to get more LTA also, and that time you are going to spend more also. Yes or no? So maybe that will be better to claim that LTA exempt. So that you have to decide. That in the block of 4 calendar years, any 2 journey, for that you can claim the exemption. So which 2 journeys you want to claim exempt out of your LTA, that you have to decide. But maximum 2 journey, based on the maximum 2 journeys, you can claim the exemption. Getting my point, everyone? Hello, sir. So how many times you can get the LTA? Any number of times. How many times you can perform the journey? Any number of times. But how many exempt journeys you can perform? Maximum 2 exempt journeys you can perform in the block of 4 calendar years. What if both the journeys, exempt journeys, you could not perform? Both the exemptions you cannot claim, or any one exemption you cannot claim. Then the exemptions which you cannot claim in this block will be carried forward in the next block. If one journey, exempt journey, one exemption you cannot claim in this year, no problem, carry forward in the next block. If both the exemptions you cannot claim in this year, then carry forward both the exemption? No, only one. So if both the exemptions could not be claimed or one exemption could not be claimed, you can carry over one exemption in the next block. So now in the next block, already 2 exemptions will be available. Along with that, this exemption can also be carried forward and claimed in the next block. But remember, this exemption you have to claim, the journey you have to perform in the first calendar year of the next block. Otherwise, this journey will be lapsed. Getting my point? So, what is written here? Pay attention. Exemption under section 10.5 is available for any 2 journeys performed in a block of 4 calendar years commencing from, okay, for previous year 25-26, that is assessment year 26-27. What is the relevant block? 26 to 29. This is the relevant block. So in this block, how many exempt journeys you can perform? Maximum 2 journeys you can perform. Now where the concession is not availed, meaning exemption is not availed during the preceding block, on one occasion or both, meaning one exemption could not be claimed or both the exemptions could not be claimed in any block, then any one journey performed in the first calendar month of the first calendar month, no, it is first calendar year. My mistake, first calendar year. This is my writing mistake, okay, no? So please in your notes also rectify this, okay? First calendar year of the next block shall be additionally exempt in that block. So carry forward that exempt journey in the next block. In the next block, 2 journeys are already exempt, and carry forward journey will also be exempt in the next block, provided this journey is performed in the first calendar year of the next block. Will you remember this? Hello? So this note 3, note 4, both the notes are done, and along with that, the LTA, LTC discussion is over. All the perquisites are over. Now, see question number 11. Before we go for a break, let's finish that question. You want break, no? Feeling sleepy? So you want me to dance here for you? Question number 11. Question number 11 and 12. 2 questions are there, very easy questions. Mr. D went on 25th December 2025 to Delhi with his wife and 3 children. How many children are going? 1 son age and twin daughters age. Now tell me, this date, on this date, 1 son is 5 years old and twin daughters are 3 years old, meaning all the children are born on or after 1st October 98. Yes or no? And 3 children are going. But after 1 child, twin daughters are there. So twin daughters will be considered as a single child. For both the daughters also you can claim the exemption. Because the twin daughters are younger than the first child, meaning the first child was born after that. Multiple births are there. So multiple births after the single child will be treated as 1 child only. Okay, no? So for twin daughters also exemption can be claimed, and for son also the exemption can be claimed. For wife also the exemption can be claimed, and for self also the exemption can be claimed. Now they are going to Delhi. They went by. So how the journey was performed? Air, economy class, and the total cost of tickets reimbursed by the employer was 60,000, 45,000 for adults and 15,000 for 3 minor children. Okay. Compute the amount of LTC exempt if Mr. D exercises the option of shifting out. Fully exempt. Why? Simple. How much LTA received? 60,000 total LTA. For that, 45,000 for self and spouse. 45,000 for, and for 3 children how much? Wait, please pay attention. First of all, if you want to claim the exemption, if you want to calculate the exemption, what are you supposed to do? LTA or LTC received. Okay, no? So it is 45,000 plus 15,000. How much total? Now out of this LTA, LTC, some LTA, LTC will be exempt. Less exempt. Under which section? 10 subsection 5. How much is exempt, guys? A, B, C. Whichever is. Now A. Actual amount received. Hello. B. Actual amount spent. And C. Maximum limit as per IT rules. Yes or no? Now all the 3 things are same only. If you read the question properly, the amount which you have spent is given as LTA. So how much LTA received? 60,000. That much was only spent. And whatever amount was spent was equal to economy class airfare only. So first of all tell me, how much amount received? 60,000. Yes or no? The amount which is received, that amount was only spent. So how much is amount spent? 60,000. And the amount spent is equal to economy class airfare. Because the journey was performed by air and the economy class See, they are writing in the bracket. Bracket only they have written. What? They went by flight, economy class, and this 60,000 is the fare of that economy class only. So how much is the economy class fare? 60,000. That economy class you spent, and that economy class you received as LTA. So economy class 60,000. That you spent, and that same amount you received. Drink some water. Drink some water. Look up. Look up. Keep on looking up. And drink some water. Have. Give it to her. You have? Please drink. You want to go to Delhi? LTA? You want, should I give you LTA? So tell me, what is the maximum limit? Economy class airfare. How much was the economy class airfare? Tell me. 60,000. That 60,000 only you have spent. So how much is the amount spent? 60. And that 60 which you have spent is given to you as LTA. So how much LTA you are receiving? 60. Amount received 60. Amount spent 60. Economy class airfare 60. 60, 60, 60. Whichever is lower, 60. So how much is exempt? 60. How much you have received? 60. So 60 minus 60, how much will be taxable? Nil. Understanding? So in question number 12, what is the taxable amount? What is the taxable amount? Nil. Understanding? Please read the solution. Please read the solution. Since the son's age is more than twin daughters, Mr. D can avail the exemption for all his 3 children. Restriction of 2 children is not applicable to multiple births after 1 child. Holiday being in India and the journey being performed by air, the entire reimbursement made by the employer is fully exempt in the hands of D, since he is exercising the option of shifting out. That's it. In the above illustration, will there be any difference if among these 3 children the twins were 5 years and son was 3 years old? Now the twins will not be treated as single child because they are not after 1 child. You already had twins and then you had a son. Now how many children you are having? 3. Now the twins will not be treated as single because they are not after 1 child. They are before 1 child. Now they will be treated as 2. Twins and the son. Total children are 3 children. Out of 3, exemption for any 2. So for 3 children, how much LTA was received? 15,000. So how much will be for 2? 10,000. That 10,000 will be exempt and the remaining 5,000 for the 3rd child will be fully taxable. That you cannot claim as exemption. So LTA exempt will be only 55,000. How come? How come 45,000 for adults and 15,000 for both the children? No. 15,000 for both the 15,000 for all the children? No. 10,000 for 2 children can only be claimed as exempt. Now the presentation will happen like this. LTA received will be same. Out of that, actual amount received, actual amount spent, maximum limit. Now this limit you have to change. This will be 55. This will be, why 55? Because 45 for adult will be spent, plus 15 for 3 children into 2 divided by 3. 15 divided by 3 into 2. So for 2 children 10,000, that can be exempted. For 2 children 10,000 spent can be exempted. And for adults 45,000 can be exempted. 45 plus 10, 55. So here instead of writing 60, 60, 60, how much you will write? 55, 55, 55. You will write 55, 55, 55. Amount spent. Economy class airfare for yourself, your spouse and 2 children. Amount spent for yourself, your spouse and 2 children. Amount actually received for yourself, your spouse and 2 children. Whichever is lower can be exempt. 55,000. How much will be taxable? 5,000. So that 5,000 extra which was received for one child, one extra child will be taxable. Will you remember this? Hello, sir. Now see, if I will give you one small twist here. Journey was performed by here. For example, there is Mr. A. Mr. A. Mr. A plus his wife, Mrs. A, plus their 5 children. How many children? 5 children, no? Prior to 110, 98. 2 children are there. And on or after 110, 98. 3 children are there. Okay. One child is 8 years old. One child is 6 years old. And the last child is 2 years old. None of them are twins or triplets. Hello. All the children are individual children. Yes or no? So tell me, for Mr. A and Mrs. A, the LTA amount was 10,000, 10,000. How much? So this is the actual LTA given. Huh? So question is saying that for Mr. A and for Mrs. A, 10,000 each LTA was given. And for all the 5 children, 5,000 for each child was given. 5,000 for each child. Meaning, for these 2 children, 5,000 was given. For this child also 5,000 was given. For this also 5,000 was given. And for this child also 5,000 was given. So tell me how much is the actual LTA received? 10 plus 10 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Actual LTA 45. Out of this, some LTA can be exempted. How much? No. Actual LTA received, actual amount spent, or maximum limit. Don't forget this, huh? So actual LTA is 45 only. Hello? Actual amount spent. Now, for Mr. A and Mrs. A, this is LTA received. Color, pink color. This is LTA received. Color, black color. Amount spent. Amount spent. 8,000. 8,000. 4,000. 4,000 for these 2 children. And for this also 4,000. For this child also 4,000. For this child also 4,000. Amount spent is already given. Done, sir? Wait. But maximum limit as per IT rules. Now to get this limit, what are you supposed to see? Journey was performed by air or not? In the question it is given that the journey was performed by rail. Is the journey performed by air? So, journey was performed by rail, meaning the places are connected by rail. So, first class AC fare. What did I say? First class AC fare. Here it was 9,000. 9,000. Here it was 3,500. 3,500. Do you have 3 limits? Tell me. Amount, actual amount of LTA, amount spent or maximum limit, whichever is. So even if the limit is 9,000, still you cannot claim the exemption of 9,000 because you have spent less than 9,000. Hello? So how much will be the exemption over here? Tell me how much will be the exemption? 8,000 here. For Mr. A. For Mrs. A? 8,000. Getting my point or not? Now for these two children, the children who are born prior to 11098, for both the children you can take the exemption because there was no restriction on number of children which are born prior to 11098. Getting my point? So for both those children you can take the exemption. Yes or no? So exemption will be how much? Either the amount spent, actual amount or amount spent or maximum limit, whichever is. See, LTA given was more. You spent also more, but the limit was only 3,500. So how much exemption maximum you can claim? The maximum amount which can be exempt cannot be beyond this limit. Even if the amount spent was more, the exemption cannot be more than the maximum limit. So how much will be the exemption? 3,500 for the first child and 3,500 for the second child. For both the children you can take the 3,500, 3,500 as exempt. Yes or no? Now tell me, out of these three children, exemption can be taken for any two. So can I say any one will be taxable? Which one will be taxable? Any one you tax? No, because amount and everything is same. LTA amount is same, amount spent is also same, limit is also same for all the three children. So out of three, any two. Out of three, any two. So let's take the exemption. Let's take the exemption for first two children. Yes or no? First two children we are going to take the exemption. This one and this one. So meaning that for this child it will be taxable. So how much will be taxable? How much will be exempt here? Here the exemption will be nil. For these two children you can claim the exemption. Tell me how much? 3,500, 3,500. Understanding or not? Now first of all tell me, for Mr. A, how much LTA received? How much is exempt? How much will be taxable? Understanding? For Mrs. A, how much LTA received? How much is exempt? So how much will be taxable? Understood? For the first two children, how much LTA received? 5,000, 5,000. How much LTA exempted? 3,500, 3,500. So how much will be taxable? 1,500, 1,500. Yes or no? Last three children. First child, how much LTA received? How much exempt? 3,500. 5,000 received, 3,500 exempt, and how much is taxable? 1,500. Here also 1,500. And here the entire 5,000 will be taxable. Why? Because for the third child you are not going to take any exemption. That is fully taxable. Understanding? So tell me, taxable amount, taxable amount, taxable amount, taxable, taxable and taxable. Total taxable LTA. How much? 15,000. That is taxable. So out of the 45,000 which you are receiving, 15,000 is getting taxable. And 30,000 you could claim as exempt. One by one we have took the exemption. This is more understandable also because the amounts are different. In the question which they have given in ICA study mat, they have not given different amounts. All the amounts are same. The LTA received is same because the amount which you are receiving is the amount which you have actually spent. The amount which you have spent is nothing but the economy class airfare. So economy class airfare was the maximum limit which you have spent. So the amount spent will be same. And the amount which you have spent, which you have received as LTA. So amount of LTA received will also be same. All the amounts are same only. So here the amounts are not different. But what if the amounts are different? How to do the calculation? You have to do the calculation in this way. Will you be able to do it? Hello? Take a break. Half an hour. After half an hour we are meeting, huh? Because the break which you want for lunch is a bigger break. So I will not give you more break. Half an hour break will be enough, huh, right now. Take a half an hour break.